Hello, hello, everyone. How you do? Let's get some rain sounds and some cafe sounds going. Okay. All right. Well, first and foremost, before I start off on Sprint and or streams, all of the just the whole caboodle, I want to say first and foremost, thank you so much to everyone who has subbed to me on YouTube and on Twitch recently. There's been an influx of people, and that is pretty fucking exciting. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is insane. So I really appreciate that so much. I'm just stoked. I'm very honored. So thanks a lot to all of the people that I can see over here that subbed on YouTube recently, including Beat Boop, Fallen, Kayla. Yeah, Kayla. We got Bernardikins. We also got Abigail. I appreciate that a lot. And also, too, thank you so much to people who have followed on Twitch as well, including Carix Arts and Momoku. I really appreciate that a lot. That is so dope. So stoked. So stoked. We're trying to get over on Twitch over to 450 followers, and I'm going to be doing a book giveaway, which is pretty sick. And then also, too, we did reach 1,000 TikTok followers. I got to remember that I have to write Astrid's short story because we reached that. Don't let me forget that. I'm going to actually put a new task in here. Otherwise, I will delete that out of my brain. I forgot that that was a thing. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna have that go at the end of March, so that way I don't die. And then I need to actually write, I need to have a new task. I'm gonna be writing a novella. I can write 2K in 2 hours. I have to write it by the end of February, so that's gonna be a thing. All right, but yeah, otherwise, I really appreciate it a lot. A lot of my socials are doing super good. My Liminal House Press YouTube just hit 150. My TikToks are doing great. I'm almost to 1,200 over on TikTok now, which is insane. Over on my personal TikTok. Let me go look at it. Let me go see all of the stats here. Yeah, almost to 1,200 on my personal TikTok and almost to 600 on Liminal House. So I really do appreciate that a lot. I've never had such good success with social media, and I feel like I'm actually making a wave. I'm actually making a dent, which is amazing, and that will only continue to grow and build. So I really do appreciate it a lot. Yeah, you guys are amazing. So today I'm going to be working on sprints. As always, if you're popping into the stream, I'll be putting out this reminder again as people kind of filter in. But this content for this stream, for this particular book, is quite intense. It is adult content, and there is a lot of, there are themes of abuse and drug use and overdose and addiction. So if you don't want to look at that, you're free to leave the stream open. It's a podcast. I'm not going to be reading anything out loud or anything. I'm just going to be kind of editing. But my goal is to cut another 9,000-ish words from this manuscript, and then I'm just going to send it to my editor. So I may or may not finish the whole book and cut out of the whole book, but I will tell my editor, like, hey, if you see any lines or paragraphs or shit, like, that could just go, just fucking tell me to cut it, and I'll evaluate. So my goal is to at least try and get it down to 90K before that happens, so that way I can have a nice zippy thriller. So hopefully everybody is having a good day today, and will have good luck working on whatever projects you're working on. Let me get my Chunkus dice out of the way. Oh, big sprint right to start. 27 minutes for this first sprint. That's actually quite a long time. So, we're going to go ahead and get started with that. I'm just going to jump right into this since I had to end stream a little bit early last time. I'm just going to try and cut as many words as humanly possible. I have to turn this in on the 19th, so if I don't get this done by next week, thank you, Jace. If I don't get this edited down by next week, legit, I'm just going to get to a point where I'm just going to send it to the editor regardless of how many words I'm able to get rid of. So if I get rid of it, awesome. If I don't, also awesome. So good luck on your first sprint. Let me know if you pop into the stream what you're working on in the comments. Or in the chat. I know what I'm talking about. I'm an actual streamer. Otherwise, though, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this, and I will see you all on the other side of this sprint. Here we go. All right. Welcome, everyone. Oh my god, so many friends. Hi, Chips. Hi, Aqua. Hi, Tess. Hi, Ava. I hope everybody's doing good. We're doing it. We're making it happen. I edited out about 500 words. I am scared. I don't think I'm going to get down to the word count that I need in the time frame that I have. I have the fear. I hope everybody's doing amazing. I did a little thank you shout out to everybody who followed me on YouTube and on Twitch earlier in the stream. But thanks again to everybody who did that. We're slowly making it happen. And, yeah, things are going. Things are going. I just wanted to remind everybody, I know a couple of people have signed up for this already, which I'm very grateful for. Sorry if I sound like a broken record, but if you want to, my book, Court of Snakes, Bitter Truth, Honey Justice, is available as an ARC, and effectively the way that this works is you get the book for free, and you have until literally October to read it, but you have to sign up by March in order to get the free copy through this website. You just go down here and you click Claim, and you can download the book. I have all of the information about what kind of content warnings there are, what kind of representation it has, what the romance level is, that kind of stuff. This is a sequel to my book, Court of Snakes, This Desert Cage, but you do not have to read the first book in order to understand this one. I think, a pretty good job of recapping shit. So, if you want to read it, it really, really helps me out. ARCs are essential for indie authors because that effectively prepares me for a launch where I actually have some reviews before the book even comes out. And, like, you know how my books are right now, really, where some of my books just have, like, no reviews, and that can really hurt me. So, if you're willing and if you're able, if you want to check out a book, this is very much a book about, like, anti-fascism and anti-racism. And so it's really, unfortunately, relevant to what we're going through in the U.S. right now. And if you agree with those sentiments and you are overall in the camp of, fuck the orange, I think that you guys would like this a lot. Also, it has tarot card magic in it. So if you're interested in signing up for this ARC, you can do so here. This thing will send you nice little reminders to remind you, hey, by the way, you need to finish reading this book soon, etc. But again, you do not have to read this until October. Ideally, I think I have this deadline set as like May 30th. If you want to be featured in the backer kit campaign, but like in reality, it's like you do not have to submit until October when the book comes out. So yeah, if you decide to do it, it is really helpful. But yeah. And if you want the first book as well, just let me know and I'll legit just send you an EPUB for it. Like, I have no problems doing that too. So if you want to read both of them, that's up to you. I just don't want to put too much pressure on everybody. But I'm stoked about it. I think my new ARC is on the, or my new proof copy's on the way. I gotta go look at Book Vault and see. They are legit the best, and they just shipped me one for free because it was their printing issue, and then their, like, quality assurance team didn't catch it. Oh yeah, they put it in. Order cost 0. Oh, it's already packed. Yo, crazy, it got packed today. Holy shit, they rush ordered the hell out of this. That's crazy. Holy fuck, they were really like, uh-oh, this person is upset he's spaghetti, and then they were like, yay, and then just threw it. Holy shit. Hi, welcome back. How is the cleaning? Hopefully it is good, Tess. Hopefully it is good. But yeah, that's really fucking great. Yeah, I appreciate their customer service so much. They are legitimately the fucking best. They are super, super great. I'm very pleased with the company overall. So good. But hopefully y'all are working on some fun stuff today. Honestly, I'm reading over this book, And I fucking cooked. Sometimes I read over my shit and I'm like, ah, this is alright, or I'm not as passionate about it, but like reading over this damn manuscript, I'm like, I thought Fatal Mechanisms was really fucking strong, but like, this is strong. Like, it's really good. I am pleased. But yeah, other than that, I don't got much else going on. I gotta do a billion things. I forgot one. Sorry about that. I forgot that when we hit 1,000 TikTok followers that I was gonna write the Astrid short story to round out the last three of the three like side character like intro short stories. So I forgot about that. So that shit'll be done by the end of March. I put that on my calendar. And then also too, I gotta finish about 2,000 words of a novella for Wattpad. There's a Wattpad like novella contest, and I think that the Liz novella, I could probably force it to fit the prompt. And I'm going to be working on that at the end of the month as well. I got a lot of shit to do. No, true, Aqua. Like, legit. Like, if once you, like, rewrite your work a couple times, it sometimes just takes a couple passes, you know? Like, and each book is different. Like, for me, when I write middle grade fiction, it's like, I typically can get through, like with the Brady books, I was doing one pass on them. And then, especially towards the end, like, of the series, it was like, I know what I want. I know how this book goes. And I was able to kick it out. But, like, Fatal Mechanisms, it took me, like, almost a decade, like 8 years to actually get the draft right. 7 years, really? And then this thing came out in 2016, and it's like, I'm going back and revising it again. So sometimes it takes a long fucking time. The rewrites are intense. Hi, Cal. I hope you're doing good. How are you? Hopefully you're doing okay, okie day. But yeah, lots of stuff going on. I don't know, did I show y'all the, hold on, I don't think I showed you guys the work in progress cover for this thing. Hold on. I put it in the Discord, but this is the, like, work in progress book title for this damn book. I like it. I've been happy rereading Spider Island for the 80th time. No joke though. You're like, this is the best thing I've ever made. No, like, legit, it's so good. Well, and then it feels bad. It feels bad because, like, I read other people's work sometimes, and I'm like, oh my god, this is it. Like, I've struck gold. Like, that's how I feel about Spider Island. Truly, I'm like, I'm always excited to get like an indie where I'm like, oh god, it's good. But sometimes I read my own shit, and I'm like, nothing will be better than this. And I'm like, am I better than everyone? I can't. No. It's terrible. It's terrible. But yeah, I like the purple. I was like, I tried to go with, like, brown. Look at how uggo this was. Hold on, wait a second. Let me open up this uggo ass. Look at how uggo, hold on, the first cover was. It was so bad. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Jesus Christ. I really thought I had something. I was like, most thrillers are brown. And then I was like, no, fuck that shit. And then I was like, no, this is better. So, long story short, don't make shit brown. So many thrillers have brown covers. And I was like, I have to appeal. I can't. No, it was so bad. Tess, it was so bad. Oh, yeah, because you've been working on it for a couple of years. It doesn't feel like 3 years. Bro, I know. All of a sudden, like, we teleported into the future. I don't know. Like, I'm like, what happened? I don't even know! Time is crazy! It's not bad. The purple and the gold is better. Oh, shit, Chips, you're being too nice. It was a go. I feel like, where's that one Quasimodo meme? Hold on. This. Hold on, hold on. Where the hell is it? 1 second. It's this. It's this. Remember what I taught you, Quasimodo. Oh my god, I don't care about your terms of service. Thank you.
You are deformed. I am of decent rhymes, for which the world shows little pity.
Yep, so that's how I feel. I'm like, you are deformed. I can't. So, you know. Sometimes it's just like that. Me after I post my art. No, that's it. I am deformed. Yeah, I think about that a lot. Rip Quasimodo. He didn't deserve that shit. Alright, well, let's jump into another sprint. I realize I've been chatting for a minute. Let's see what we got. Maybe it'll be a short sprint. It is. Surprise, surprise. It is actually uber short comparatively. So let's do a quick little one. And then I'll be back after like 13 minutes or so. So let's keep going. Good luck working on what you're working on. And then we will chat in just a little bit. Here we go. All right, how did everybody do? I only cut 300 words, but we'll see. I'm wondering if I maybe don't need to cut that bad. I don't know. I'll give it to Q and see what she thinks about it. Just as a heads up to everybody, we're going to have an ad in about a minute over on the Twitch side. Hi, Gamby. How you doing? I hope you're doing good. Ugh, I'm so sleepy. Life is unnecessarily busy for no fucking reason. Honestly, though, I'm so proud of this damn thing. This thing is smooth. I like it when I give my brain a break to read, and then I look back at it and I'm like, my apartment is slowly becoming less of a disaster zone. You are a god. I also steeped some green tea with lemon. Oh, that sounds so good. Yum. I have milk right now and cherry Alani, which is actually my least favorite flavor of Alani that I've had so far, I think. It ain't good. Oh, I guess I should probably make this announcement in here too, since Jace made an amazing little announcement over here in another server that I'm in. But I wanted to let everybody know about this as well, because I've received a couple of DMs from people who are freaking out about the new changes coming to Discord. And Jason and I did some research to go over what the changes are, but I'll go over that as soon as we get back from ads. I've noticed that a lot of people are spreading misinformation about what is actually being done to Discord and what's going on. And people are reasonably very gun-shy about big changes to tech, because we have kind of been yo-yoed around with what the fuck was happening with TikTok. So I understand people's hesitation. But there's no real reason to freak out, so I'm going to explain what's going on, hopefully. It'll make everything clearer for everybody. But I'm trying to think of anything else, other exciting news. I'm waiting for books to come. My next event is not until March, I think. I have to see if oh, it's at May 2nd. I might try and do GameCon this year again. Let me make sure that I'm not crazy. Because I really want to do GameCon again, because the people were so nice. But I think I can make it. It's an early ass day, but I don't mind. It is a good con. Is that in Steamboat? No, it's this tiny little convention. Honestly, Tess, if you, I don't know if you'll have stuff to sell or show at that time, but here's the contact information for them. I'll send it to you via DM. But it's this tiny little convention for teens. And it's at Janitel Middle School, and it's amazing. It's really, really great. The people are super nice, but they focus on, like, especially because you do have some work that is suitable for teens. Like, I would even argue, like, Spider Island is good for, like, older teens. Like, I haven't seen anything in it that I've been like, wow, children should not read this, you know what I mean? But they're always looking for authors to do talks and things like that. And you don't have to have a product to sell, but they definitely are looking for people to teach middle school and high school age students more about, like, how to make your own stuff, or, like, how to make games, how to write stories, you know, and all of the, like, interactive media. And they are amazing. I didn't think that I was going to be able to do it. Last year I had a conflicting convention and I couldn't do it, but this year, it'll be in a good spot. I think I can actually make it. It's also very inexpensive. It's one day and it's a hell of a drive, but it's, like, kind of worth it. But they do it every year, though, too. So even if you can't do it this year, I would highly recommend it for next year. But yeah, let me go over the Discord stuff really quick now that we're out of ad hell. So effectively what's going on is that Discord is going to be setting effectively the entirety of Discord to teen by default. Let's see. Oh, I'm not seeing dates. When is it? This year it's May 2nd. It's just one day. It's like it's a little baby con, little baby thing. Yeah, May 2nd, I believe. You can always on the web page there, you can click the GameCon center, like, or like the home page, and it'll show you, like, what it is, when it is, where it is, what student, like, grades it's for. You know, they got a little cosplay contest. It's really cute. But yeah, Discord. So they're setting it to teen by default, and effectively, as I suspect, I don't think that they've made a public statement about this, but I suspect that this is because effectively, and this is going to be a really heavy topic, so if you do not want to talk about abuse of minors or SA or PDF files, you know, you can dip out. Feel free to mute the stream for a little bit. But the reality is that platforms like Roblox are effectively cesspits for people trafficking teens and children, and it's not just Roblox, but also other streaming sites like Kick are notorious for people of these persuasions over there. And effectively what they're doing is they're taking all of their nasty shit off of Roblox and off of Kick and onto Discord to facilitate servers for these kinds of things, and they're disguising them as NSFW servers, and then they're effectively exploiting children inside those servers. So I suspect that this is a response to that, and they're trying to effectively take the blame off of themselves and put it onto, you know, the OG platform where these kinds of activities are being housed, like Roblox, so that way kids are less at risk on Discord. So that means as soon as March rolls around, everybody's accounts are going to get set to teen by default. That means age-restricted content will not be viewable without age verification. That also means that everything in my server will be viewable except for the NSFW channel. So I recognize some people have had concerns about whether or not they will need to verify, and the answer is to get into my server, no, you will not. You should be good. The only thing you won't be able to view is the NSFW art channel, and so if you don't care about that, it doesn't really affect us. Age verification is 100% optional. You will still be able to use Discord even if you do not do the age verification. And effectively, the way that they are doing this age verification is that they're going to be asking everybody to do effectively a video facial selfie. And it never leaves your device. I know some people are probably going to skirt this by using Norman Reedus and his amazing fetus from Death Stranding to get around this age verification. But you do not have to, you don't have to submit a form of legal identification. So a lot of people are worried about leaking IDs, and there was an instance recently where Discord did leak 70,000 plus IDs, but that was from their support side of Discord. This is going to be done through a third-party verification, just like BackerKit or like Stripe or other payment platforms. It's going to be the same thing. Default settings are listed here. Content filters, age-gated spaces, DM message requests, so you can't get DMs from strangers anymore, friend request alerts, and stage restrictions. So if there's like an NSFW like voice chat going on, you can't get in there. So literally all NSFW content is going to get cut off. And then this applies to our Discord server. But legitimately, I wouldn't be too worried about it. I've been hearing a lot of misinformation about this particular topic. Some people are saying that Discord is going to be handling all of the verification on their end, and people are afraid of leaks because of the leaks that happened in the past. That is not true. They are not going to be holding anybody's IDs inside private Discord verification servers, and the reason that 70K leak happened the last time is because, say, for example, your account gets hacked, Discord may ask or has asked in the past for people to provide their IDs to prove that they are the original owner of the account. And that's how those got leaked, right? These are going to be done completely through a different separate system. And ultimately, you can use your face to verify your age. Effectively, they're just going to be looking for children. So as long as you don't look like you're 10 years old, you're pretty much good to go. It's very low risk, and I don't think people should be freaking out about it, but I figured I would bring it up because there's been a lot of concern, and I think people are unfortunately spreading around information that is just like blatantly untrue. So, that being said, nothing will change in the server. If you want to verify, you can. And if you don't want to verify, then you're also all good. And you will still be able to access my content. So, oh, nice. Your book. Okay, yeah, your book won't be officially out until June. Yeah, and you can always comment even if you don't have anything to sell. But it'll definitely be more of like I would say it's definitely not a good opportunity to advertise BackerKit campaigns or things like that, because a lot of young teens are there to just buy stuff right away. So that's not necessarily like a whole thing. But yeah, no, Ava, I'm good. I don't feel like I need DMs. I feel like probably it was a lot of Discord doing crowd control, because legit, I'm looking at people arguing about why this is a bad thing, and people legitimately just can't read. Like, they watch... I realize a huge problem with the internet today is that people will watch other influencers talk about changes that are coming to platforms or news. They watch 2 seconds of the video and then go, Discord's going to hell, and then freak out. And then they start spreading a bunch of facts that aren't true, or they didn't actually read the release notes or what is going on, or they're unfamiliar with, like, how the leaks happened in the first place previously when the other Discord leaks did happen, etc. And, like, the fact of the matter is a lot of people are freaked out about their IDs being all over the internet. And I don't know how to tell you that if you live in the United States, your face, your name, your ID, where you live, where you work, who your family is, where your family worked, what previous names that you had, your social security number, like, legitimately all of that is all over the fucking internet. like every single site, if you use software like Surfshark, which will tell you like to take caution on sites that have had data breaches before, you will likely find that every single website that you visit has had a data breach at some point, meaning all of your login information, your address, potentially bank account information is already all over the internet. So I understand that people are concerned about data privacy, but also the reality is that, like, guaranteed your information that is on your driver's license has already been leaked before somewhere else. So, like, this level of outrage is really, like, unwarranted, and I want to assure everyone that legitimately nothing is going to change. They're just trying to keep teens from getting trafficked into child pornography rings, and that's why they're doing what they're doing, and this ultimately is going to make this platform safer for, and again, we're talking, like, literal children, so people under the age of 13. It doesn't really have anything to do with anybody else. But Discord wants to take a lot of heat off of them, because as of right now, they are, based on their current policies, unable to shut down those kinds of servers or weed out when kids are being exploited on their server, and this gives them a lot more power to be able to protect kids. So that ultimately is my takeaway from it. It's really important that we all do this, and also too, if this infrastructure works, it will establish what internet safety is going to look like probably for other social media platforms, because as of right now, other platforms also are not safe for underage users, and we need better protection. So I hope that Discord takes this opportunity to be the like leaders in this particular situation and help keep people safe. Yeah, it's also just a good feature overall. No, totally, Aqua, I agree. And, like, all in all, what it does is it keeps kids out of spaces that they're not supposed to be in. Like, even in my own server, I remember, some of you may not have been here for this, but, like, I think the youngest person I've ever let into my server is 15. And ultimately, for me, as an educator, I am okay with teens being in my server. I don't really have a problem with that. I recognize some creators are super gun-shy about that because they're like, I don't want to be accused of grooming. And it's like, well, if you're not doing anything weird with the teens that are in your server, like, that's sounds like a you problem. That's not like a teens being in the server problem, right? And we have one very small, mellow NSFW channel. Nothing really goes on in that channel. So teens, totally cool. A lot of amazing people have come into my server, especially from like, you know, people that I've met at like GameCon and things like that. You know, I recognize I'm in an education situation, right? As an instructor, that's what I do. I've tutored kids as young as 12, right? But on occasion, like what happened to me last time, you know, an 8-year-old got into the server, and it was very clear the kid was lying and was saying that they were 15, 16 years old, and it was like, bro, you're 8. Like, I don't know how to tell you, but, like, we can tell by the way that you talk, the way that you act, you are 8 years old. And all he wanted to do was share Momo memes and, like, bomb the server with creepypasta shit. And it got to the point where I had to, like, tell this kid, I was like, hey, this isn't funny. Like, we have rules in the server for a reason, and that includes, like, no spam and shit like that, and he literally just wasn't getting it. And I suspected that he was really little, and then didn't really ever get any confirmation, but the way that he was engaging in DMs, he suddenly freaked out and, like, legitimately started crying because he was like, I don't want to get kicked out of the server. Please don't do that. I didn't do anything bad. I'm sorry. Like, it was really intense, and I was like, oh, you are an 8 to 10-year-old child. Like, sorry, you need to go find a different server to go be in because it's not my job to babysit, again, a literal child. And I had to ban him. But there are lots of kids that do that, and they pretend that they're older than they are, and it's not for, like, what the reasons that I was doing as a kid, where when I was younger, I lied about my age on the internet, but when I was young, it was because I didn't want people to know I was a child for safety reasons. It wasn't because I was trying to masquerade as an adult, and that was a pretty common thing that a lot of young people did. In the early 2000s on the internet, just because we wanted to keep each other safe. So I said that I was 8 years older than I was to keep people off of my profile, and it worked for a really long time, and I was able to stay safe as a kid on the internet. But most of the time, kids nowadays are using the ability to lie about their age to get into adult spaces that they're not supposed to. Like, I watched an animated short from a guy because it was the 90s. But long story short, there was a movie store in the mall where this guy grew up. And this movie store was an adult-only movie store. Okay, so it has porn in it. Okay, that's what this is. And in the 90s, yes, it was 100% possible that you'd be in a strip mall or something and there would be like an adult, like, toy store inside the mall. Not unheard of. But this kid always wanted to go at, like, again, 11 years old, 12 years old, into the adult movie store, and it had some fun name, like Fred's Fantasy or something, and so this kid was under the impression that it was like Dungeons and Dragons movies in there, which was not what it was at all. And that kid, at some point, got away from his grandma while they were in the mall and went into the store to look at the stuff. And there are policies, and were policies back then, that, like, they weren't allowed to display anything that was potentially, too spicy in the windows or at the front of the store or anything, and all the really spicy shit was in the back. Spencer's is the same way. If you've ever been into a Spencer's in the year 2026, they do the same shit. All the sex toys are at the back of the store, right? So this kid ended up in there, but because there was an adult in there and you were able to make eye contact with the kid and be like, hey, where's your grandma? You know what I mean? He got out of the store, he was pushed out of the store, and the guy was like, this is for adults only. And then the grandma had to explain to him, like, hey, this is not a place for kids to be. But when we have an online situation, we don't have any ability to do that because we can't, I as an adult cannot publicly see if somebody is lying about their age. But I think that this Discord feature will make that way better for creatives and for people who are managing these servers, because ultimately it puts us at less risk as well. So I haven't run into, like, a situation with that, like, Momo kid again. I think it's not something that happens often, but the reality is there are a lot of kids, iPad kids especially, who are just given the fucking internet and then their parents just look the other way. And so that's what Discord is trying to prevent from happening, is to keep those kids safe. So if Discord asks you to do that shit, do your video selfie really quick. If for whatever reason they say, hey, we can't verify your age because you look like you're 12, which may happen to me, I don't know, anything could happen. They could be like, you're a 13-year-old kid, I don't know. Then you will have to send in your ID to a third-party checker that will verify whether or not you are actually a real human and you're not trying to, like, you know, skirt the system or whatever. So I would not be surprised if this is where social media goes, and it may be new, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. So stay safe out there. Don't let creepy people fucking talk to you on the internet, I think is the lesson here. But if anybody has any questions, feel free to let me know, and I can do my best to research it and make sure everybody is in a, you know, a good spot and knows what's going on. Because I recognize that, yeah, Discord is effectively having to defend themselves against things that legitimately just aren't true. And that can be really annoying. Oh, yeah, it's like the Roblox feature. I have a friend in Roblox told her she looked 12 instead of her being 16 plus. Yeah, and sometimes it's going to get it wrong. Like, we know that these age verification selfie things especially disproportionately affect also Asian people as well. Like, there have been a lot of complaints from Asian users from a variety of countries that have implemented this kind of, like, face verification where it'll look at, like, a fully grown adult-ass Chinese man and be like, no, you are an 11-year-old boy. And it's like, like, I'm sorry, you know, and, like, I face that shit every day as, like, a trans man, where because I don't have a full beard, people look at me and they're like, no, you're 12. Like, you're not a fully grown-ass adult. So, if it can happen to me in public, it most likely is going to happen to people online, so definitely be prepared for that, and it may not be perfect, but there will be alternative ways to, you know, confirm your ID and be able to get back into the system. But yeah, and it'll get better, I think, as time goes by, as like facial recognition and cameras do get better as well. Like, I am trying to imagine them doing this back in the year of like 2012, and legit you could probably show them a picture of an orange and they'd be like, that's a human. So we've come a long way from that. So it'll only get better, and it'll be it's an important step for us to take for internet safety, I think. Yeah, and that's totally valid too, Chips. Like, yeah, it really just depends on your preference and your overall, like, where you're at in the country. Like, I recognize I have a friend who lives in South Carolina who is very concerned over the privacy of their data, which is valid because they're a trans person in South Carolina. So if their data gets leaked for whatever reason, now we're to a point in the US where that could lead to death threats. Like, that could be really, really bad, right? So it really does depend on your circumstances, what you're comfortable with sharing with Discord, you know, all of that good stuff, you know, and they're making it relatively customizable for people so that way people don't get, like, locked into, you know, just being forced to use Discord in one way. Oh my god, my 15-year-old cousin got called sir because he has a beard. Bro, if I could dream, I'm gonna need to get your cousin to give me some beard, because I realize actually it's because my testosterone levels are not fucking where they need to be, and that actually is causing part of the problem. So we're gonna fix that. But that's what I have my great doctor for. It can go the opposite way. I've walked into a weed store with an adult friend, and they're like, yo, bro. Yeah, you're like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. No, it's true, though. Well, point being is that people's human eyes are bad at gauging age, which is why a lot of restaurants just have a policy of, like, you have to ID everybody. It doesn't matter. Like, I remember working at Tokyo Joe's, I was told that I had to ID everyone. And the amount of crusty old people with gray hair that got mad at me for having to do that, I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't ask to work this job. Like, this is the company policy, man. I can't do anything about it. Like, sweet lord. Yeah, Chips, no, when you move to Oregon, I can't even tell you. It's going to be like you were underwater and you're going to come up for fresh air. It's going to be a completely different story. I'm sure you'll feel a lot better about it. And, like, things, yeah, it really largely depends on circumstance, definitely. Like, if I'm in Canada, I don't give a shit. Like, in Canada, in Vancouver specifically, I feel like I'm not going to feel threatened at all. I didn't feel in a dangerous situation once, walking around every part of the city, including really kind of crusty areas downtown once. You know, so it really just does depend on where you live. Yeah, I landed in the unfortunate zone of I have indigenous DNA in me, and my indigenous abuelo grew exactly one armpit hair on his whole body, and so like he just could not grow facial hair at all. Like there was, or just any body hair, period. So there was that, and then my dad being mostly like Norwegian of genetics grew facial hair. Like he finally got a full mustache at like 35 years old. Like it took him a long time to be able to do that. But yeah, my abuelo was like a little naked mole rat, man. He was baby smooth. That is all that I have to say about that. He at some point had like a nice like what I would call like a Chicano mustache. That would be how I would describe that, because his DNA is definitely, his genetics were definitely like I don't know, like very specific. But hold on, let me find a photo of my fucking abuelo. He was smooth, baby smooth. Yeah, like he doesn't even look like God. Like God, this was him older in his like later on in his life, and like legit, he has nice thick hair, but his face is baby smooth. Baby smooth. Like there's literally nothing there. There's like the only photo that I can see of him. Like you can see even here. Hold on. It's hard to see, but like this mustache, whatever this is, was like the best it got. That's it. So that's my genetics. That's what I'm working with here. My dad's just very fair of hair. He's like really blonde, and then yeah, just did not get really strong like genetics there. Either they shave a lot or they cannot grow beards. That is, wow, what a horrible paradox to be stuck in. That's intense. But yes, on that note, I'm going to jump back into sprints. And I am going to keep trying to plug through this. If I can get to 98k, I'm going to be in a happy spot. Let me see, is 98k too long for a thriller? It's a little bit high. So if I can get it down even more, then there's that. We'll go with it. We'll figure it out. Well, yeah. Oh yes, yes, Aqua. You're talking about it's the medication Rogaine is what that is. But yes, actually, if you the funny thing is Rogaine will increase your body hair everywhere if you take it. But it also can cause weird shit like cancer. So it's like it's one of those weird fucking drugs where it's like I don't know if I would personally take it. But yes, oftentimes people find that it does absolutely jack shit for anything on their head, and then their eyebrows and their beard will be just like super fucking luscious. The most luscious beards of all time. Oh my god, Chips, you're holding up your entire family's line for facial hair. I can't. You're like, it's me. I'm the best. I love that for you, though. Alright, I'm going to jump into this next sprint, and I will see you all in 24 minutes. Good luck, keep working hard, and I will see you in just a bit. All right. We did it. Okay, so I'm now down to almost 98k, which is an okay place to be. It could be worse. Also, good job publishing your next chapters on Wattpad, Agua. If you want to share the link, please feel free to do so. We all got to support each other. We got it. Also, we had a self-care combo. If you haven't hydrated, sat up straight, not shrimped, you got to do it. Do it. Oh, nice. Food breaks are good. Yeah, we got to start packing soon, too. We got a couple of months still, but, like... Also, Chips, I appreciate how you strapped in your monitor. 100% accurate. Oh no! And now I can't even get on. Sometimes Wattpad just be like that though. I'm supposed to do a focus group that I can't talk about to help them fix a lot of shit on the back end of Wattpad, and I'm like, I'm gonna need you to never use AI ever again. Wattpad. Okay. I'm about almost halfway through this manuscript now, and I've managed to cut around 10,000 words-ish. So that's actually a pretty good, or more like 8, but that's pretty good. The beginning was fucking rough. Holy shit. That was bad. I'm very excited for people to read this. I just want this thing to be published. I feel like I've been sitting on this manuscript for a while, and I'm like... Also, if y'all haven't finished it yet, and are members of Ko-fi, Betrayer's Blade is officially 100% done. It's still rough, and it's like what I would call like a first draft stage, so it ain't polished and it ain't pretty. Also, Aqua, thank you so much for signing up on the Book Sprout campaign. I really appreciate that so much. The apartment is clean! You did it! Oh, hey, I'm glad Wattpad lived. Sometimes it just has, like, weird hiccup errors. Like, it's not the sexiest website of all time. I think that that's probably what we're going to be talking about in this focus group, being like, yeah, where are the site's weaknesses? A lot of it is about the creators program, but I'm not allowed to talk about that because I signed a fancy thing. I'm not allowed to do that. Okay, sorry, I'm like responding to TikTok comments. I can't. I am crashing out. All right, we're about to start another ad, so I'm just going to go ahead and start sprints again, so that way we can just dodge the ad. Oh, we got a flat 20-minute one. Look at that! Flat 20. All right, let's jump into this before the sprint, before the ads try and come and get us. So let's work for 20 minutes, and I will see you all in just a little bit. Here we go. All right, how did everybody do? Welcome back, Aqua. Enjoy your Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That sounds so good right now. I have some of that in the cabinet. I might go get some. Alright, so I'm officially down under 98k words. Thank God. So, I could reasonably stop cutting this manuscript now, but I think I will continue doing that. I might be like a week late for my editor, but we'll see how it goes. But that was pretty good. So all in all, I think today I edited about 1,500 words, give or take. So that's fine. I may just get it down to as low as I can, so it looks like it's going to be probably around 94k or 95k, which actually might not be bad. 94k is doable, or 80 to 90k is better. So that's what editors are for. They're supposed to help you, and I recognize that because I am not I'm not like super glued to a deadline. This may be a situation where I end up doing this at another time. I don't know. I'll do this. I have a couple of other writing projects that I need to like get in on before the end of the month, particularly that 2K deadline for Wattpad, that Wattpad contest. So I'm going to worry about that later. But thanks to everybody who hung out today. I really appreciate that so much. Tomorrow we'll be back for more comics. And so just as a recap, thanks again to Beep Boop, Fallen, Kyla, let's see, Bernardikins, and then Abigail for the subs on YouTube, as well as many, many more. And thanks again to Carex Arts and Momoku for the follow over on Twitch. You are amazing. So I'll see hopefully all of you tomorrow. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And yeah, good luck on all your projects, and we'll chat soon. Bye-bye.